Hey bugs, we are back with another video, and this week, honey, I just want to say first and foremost, thank you to all of the subscribers. Before we even get into the video, I just felt that in my spirit and had to say it. Thank you to all of my subscribers, both new and old. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Y'all make sure y'all run this video up. I receive such an outpour of love, not only on YouTube, but also Instagram as well, about my content, because I'm really here to help y'all. I'm really here to help y'all transform y'all lives and embody y'all divine feminine energy, which is really the inspiration of today's video. So before we even get started, make sure you hit that like button. Also make sure you hit that bell button so you can be notified when I drop new videos, so you can be the first one to get the tea, honey. So you can be the first one in line to usher in your soft life and bring in the reality that you want to live in. Okay, now let's get into today's video. Today we are going to talk about how to go from being insecure to irresistible, baby. Let's get into it. Yeah.
When I feel what I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. There are times when I find you wanna keep yourself from me, but I don't have the strength. I'm just a mirror of what I see.
So there was a time, I always have people come up to me and they be like, Rita, how are you so confident? You know, how do you, you just walk in with the air of like, royalty and poise and grace, and it seems like nothing nobody ever says phases you. You're fearless, right? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It took me some time to get there. I definitely used to be one of those women who was extremely insecure because I let society determine how I should feel about myself. And it took me a long time to unlearn that habit, unlearn not letting everybody else's experiences or how they feel I should be determine how I feel about myself, right? But it's not something that happened overnight, okay? I did not go from being insecure to the irresistible queen you see before you, okay? It definitely took time, but it's okay. It may take you longer. It may take you a short amount of time, but I'm gonna give you the tips on how you can go from being insecure to irresistible, and that way you have a jump start, something I didn't have, and I had to learn the hard way how to climb my way out the mud and get to where I am. So I'm gonna give you the steps that you need to go from being insecure to irresistible, and you might want to go ahead and grab your wine and your pencil so we can get into it, okay? So I know my first step is gonna sound really cliche, but honestly, y'all, it is the truth. The way I became so irresistible to everybody I meet, not just men, everybody I meet tells me I have such a great energy. They love being around me. They can't help but smile when they see me. It's because I have cultivated a daily self routine. Now I know it's easier said than done, but again, it takes 21 days to build a habit. So if you do this over 21 days, it's going to be something that is kind of hard for you to live without. I built my daily routine honestly starting off saying affirmations, but I needed to do something a little deeper for myself, because when you say affirmations, it's easier said than done, right? You could say them, but you don't really feel them, right? You don't really feel, what you're saying is true, or what you're saying is really, resonating with yourself. So what I started doing was I started associating an action with my affirmation. So when I would brush my teeth, I would say, oh girl, you got the most beautiful smile. When you smile, your energy just becomes infectious and everybody wants to be around you. So when you start training your mind, words go with the action, it begins to become more than a habit, it becomes emotion. And of course, motion is what shifts energy in our life, right? So I would say definitely start your daily routine off with affirmation, but associated with an action. When you're brushing your hair, say, oh, you're the most fairest in the land, can't nobody do it like you. It's training your mind like this is true, this gotta be true, because you're associating it with an action, okay? So build your daily routine. You can start by saying affirmation. And then the next thing you could do to help build up your daily routine is try your best to do a luxury activity every single day, okay? Do your best, whether it's you meditating quietly in a space for even 10 minutes, you know, just dedicating some you time to you. Because let's get into it, right? Luxury is an energy, and usually luxury is a mindset, and that mindset of luxury, or that perception of luxury, is different for everybody. But what everybody can agree on is something luxurious is having time to yourself, making time for yourself, having freedom of your time. So why not take that little bit of freedom that you have access to and dedicate it to doing something luxurious for yourself? Whether it's a facial, whether it's you meditating, whether it's you know, smelling your perfumes or adorning your jewelry, or even just looking in the mirror and doing the affirmations. Again, we talked about saying the affirmations and equivalating your affirmations to an action. You could literally be trying on your jewelry, looking in your mirror and telling yourself affirmations. Dedicate at least no less than 10 minutes a day doing a luxury activity for yourself, whether it's taking a walk in the park, exploring nature, doing some breath work. Do something luxurious for yourself every single day to help instill that self-love that you need. Another thing that I have incorporated into my daily routine is a gratitude journal. So before I go to bed every single day, I write down a whole list of things that I'm grateful for. I know it sounds cliche, y'all, but it's really the truth. The more gratitude you incorporate into your life, the less you have to complain about. And when you're so grateful for things, the universe starts bringing you more things to be grateful for. I'm telling you, when you open those bills up, don't be like, oh my God, I gotta pay my bills. Say, I'm so happy I have the money to pay my bills. Because you could be in a situation where you don't have the money to pay them, and then what? But you're not. You could say, I'm so grateful that I'm able to pay my bills. I'm so grateful that I paid my phone bill and I'm able to watch this YouTube channel. I'm so grateful that I am able to provide myself and be able to do the things that I need. The first step to becoming irresistible, from jumping from being insecure to irresistible, is to build yourself a daily routine. And don't be so hard on yourself either. Give yourself grace. If you fall off the wagon, get back on. Rome wasn't built in a day. My confidence was not built in a day. This was something that was built over time. And even sometimes I fall off the wagon, but I have to put myself back on. That is what real consistency looks like. Consistency is not every day, boom, 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 to the point where you're in a state of perfectionism. It's even when you fall off the wagon, you still find your way back, you jump back on, and you keep moving. That is consistency. So the first step to going from being irresistible to go from being insecure, I don't know why I keep flipping them up. Get it together. The first step to going from insecure to irresistible is to build yourself a daily routine, which brings me to my second step. My second step is to transform your mindset. Now, we just spoke about how we're going to build ourselves a daily routine and how doing a gratitude journal at night definitely is something, a great tip to add to your routine. But it also does help with the second step, which is transforming your mindset. So when you have things to be grateful for, again, you have less things to complain about, which also helps with your positive talk, which is what's needed to change your mindset truthfully. Stop talking crazy to yourself. Just cut it out. Stop telling yourself you're ugly. Stop telling yourself don't no man want you. Stop telling yourself that you're never going to be able to live the lifestyle like such and such. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Say, I am that girl. I am wonderful. I am resourceful. Every time I think things are going to go bad, they always go my way and better. Learn to speak to yourself like a lover. I talked about this in one of my other videos, and it still is important all the way through this feminine journey that you're on. Be positive, and not that false positivity to where you never want to hear any negativity. I'm not saying don't have space for your feelings, but what I am saying is feel your feelings. Assert yourself in those feelings and then bring it back to where, okay, I may be feeling like this, and this, but I know it's going to get better. You see how I ended it on a positive note? Because it is going to get better. Trouble doesn't last always, okay? Talk to yourself in a positive manner. And again, if you do that gratitude journal, you're always looking for things to be grateful for. That helps reinforce that positive talk that you give yourself. Another way that I have transformed my mindset over time is visualizing. I know people be like, oh, you ain't never gonna get nothing done daydreaming. When it comes to the spiritual realm, baby, that's definitely not true, because I am always visualizing myself doing something luxurious. I am always visualizing myself being that girl driving my dream car, and I visualize how it feels, how it smells, what outfit I'm wearing, who I'm on the phone talking to. Daydreaming is actually a very, very, very big tool in shifting your mindset, because when you're shifting your mindset, again, back to that positive talk, you stop talking about things you don't want. You stop looking for things you don't want. You stop looking for the negativity in things, and you're looking for the gratitude in things, and then you're only seeing the things that you want to see. You're only surrounding yourself with the people you want to be around. You're only talking to the people you want to be around. Even something as small as changing your timeline, you guys. When you're on social media, stop allowing things that don't make you feel good about where you are in your life be on your timeline. And if it's everything on your timeline, you need to take a social media break. I'm telling you, just start to visualize the things that you want to have in your life. Dedicate at least 15 minutes a day, if you can, to just visualizing what car you're in, what house you're in, what dream life you want to live, what dream job you want to have if you want a dream job, what dream man you want to have if you want a dream man. And you want to visualize how he feels, how he smells, what car you guys drive, what your wedding ring looks like, what your children are doing, what kind of school your children want to go to. Once you are able to visualize that, you're able to actually let it become a reality, because you're zoning in on what you actually do want, and you're making space in your life for the things you really do want. Once you make space for the things you really do want, you only allow positivity around those things be in your life. Stop surrounding yourself with things that you don't want to be like. I remember there was a divine femininity coach that was on YouTube, and I used to love her. I used to love her down, and I used to watch her videos all the time until she started fat shaming. And I am a plus size girl, so I started watching her videos, and she started, she just started fat shaming like all the time. Like that became the bulk of her content. It was kind of gearing away from divine femininity, and it really just became all about fat shaming. And slowly over time, I started nitpicking at myself about my weight. Like, oh, I shouldn't eat that because I'm big, or I shouldn't do this because she said if I do this, I'm never gonna get a man, or I shouldn't even be dating right now because I don't deserve a man. Like, just me allowing her into my space started to change how I felt about myself. And I had not felt that way in such a long time, but because I liked her, and because I didn't cut it off at the head, and I let her continue to be in my space, I didn't remove her from my timeline. And not only did I not remove her from my timeline, I kept going back to her content. I was giving her permission to make me feel bad about myself. I was doing it to myself, because she was being assertive in her stance and what she felt about the situation, but I wasn't being assertive in my stance of I don't feel that way, so it shouldn't be in my space. That's just what it is. Don't allow nothing, especially on social media, to continue to be on your timeline if it makes you feel bad about yourself. Even me. If you feel like my content doesn't made you feel bad about yourself, and you come back and you still feel bad, again, you just may need to take a social media break, or I may not be the person for you. At the end of the day, it is all about protecting your peace. You do not have to do stuff to just be nice to people. You don't. You are in control of your reality. And your reality is determined by your mindset. So you cannot allow things in your life and in your space that is the opposite of the mindset that you are trying to achieve. Whether it's a person in reality, y'all relationship ain't working for you, it's making you feel bad, a job that's making you feel bad, or social media on your timeline that's making you feel bad. Cut it off at the head. Cut it off. You can't transform your mindset and bring in something new, still hanging on to things that are old. You've got to let it go. And that's something that's easier said than done. But I'm telling you, once you transform your mindset, the sky is the limit, baby. You are going to be a whole new creature. Which brings me to my next step, enhancing your beauty. Now, we all know if you dress to impress, you feel better. I'm just one of those girlies. When I'm dressed up and my makeup's done, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hit the town. I'm ready to be seen, baby, because I deserve to be seen because I look good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get into the specifics of what you should wear and what you shouldn't wear, because honestly and truthfully, stuff like that does not matter. As long as you feel like you look good, as long as you feel like you're presenting your best self, that is all that matters. If you know you don't like wearing turtlenecks, stop buying turtlenecks. If you know you like your clothes to caress on your body, and you know I have fabric sensitivities, y'all. So I like things on my skin that feel soft, that are loose. Even when they're form-fitting, I have to have a soft fabric. I can't have nothing that's making my skin itch, or that's making me feel closed in, or making me feel like I can't breathe. Anytime you see me in anything, it's going to be a soft fabric. Usually, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be satin. I'm going to be honest with you. But I love things that make me feel good. When you embody all of your senses, you activate your divine femininity, and it brings you pleasure, okay? It brings you pleasure even down to your looks. Okay, so you want to dress to impress, but you also, when we talked about in the first step, right, creating a daily routine that cultivates self-love for us, you definitely want to, when you're saying those affirmations, associate them with an activity. And when you're doing that luxury activity for yourself, at least 15 minutes a day, do it, dedicated an affirmation or a luxury activity towards accentuating something on your body that gives you confidence. Like, I absolutely love my hips, y'all. I love the way my tummy curls down into my hips. So I will do some mirror work. When I get dressed in the morning, definitely go slow, put my clothes on, and say an affirmation like, girl, you are that girl. You are that girly. You are the boss. You are top notch, okay? That is what I do to help get me into the mood of loving on myself and, accentuating my natural beauty. If you like doing makeup, which I love doing makeup, I love the way I have chubby cheeks. But I don't like that they're super chubby all the time. So what I'll do is I'll contour my face with makeup, and as I'm contouring my face with makeup, I'll tell myself, oh, I love how full you are. I love that you have full cheeks that accentuate your face, and you still look so young, even though, you're getting a little up there in years. And I'll put blush on my cheeks to really puff them back up. Even though I've contoured them and slimmed them down, I'll puff them right back up with some blush to give you that, hey girl, with my high cheekbones. Because I may not like my full cheeks, but I love my high cheekbones. So I'm back to pouring back into myself positively. Give yourself a space to be absolutely free to love on yourself, okay? Love on yourself, pour into yourself, and adjust your body language. Stop walking around here like this. Stop walking around here like that. Stop looking at the ground when you walk. Stop slumping your shoulders. You want to always have good posture, because it relieves the tension in your back, because women carry a lot of stress in their hips. So you want to, and in their womb, they carry a lot of trauma in their womb. So you got trauma in your womb and stress in your hips. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to do your best to have good posture. Have great posture. Keep your chin up, your head held high, because you're a queen, baby. You are a queen. Keep that chin up, posture straight, shoulders back, okay? It does feel a little weird, but the more you practice it, the better your body will start feeling. And another thing too, because I know I used to have RBL, but girls, smile. Is it RBL? RBL is an exercise. It's RBF. I used to have RBF too. Like, I used to have resting B face, and nobody would approach me, nobody would come up to me. But now when I see people, I smile. I say, hey, I compliment them. The more open you are, the more the world opens themselves up to you. And that's how you go from being insecure to irresistible, because once you're open and you're a ball of light, everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to be, who is that girl? Who is that girl? Who is that girl? They want to be a part of your energy. So my next step in going from insecure to irresistible is to learn to build genuine confidence. I have a video already on my page on how to build your confidence. But if you want to have genuine confidence, the real deal, Holyfield, the one where can't nobody tell you nothing about you. Like, I'm telling y'all, can't nobody tell me nothing about Sherita Nicole. Okay, you could tell me you think I'm ugly. You could tell me you think I'm fat. You could tell me whatever you want to tell me, but baby, I could care less, cause I'm still that girl. And before I even read your whole insult online, I done already blocked you. I done blocked you and removed it, because again, I'm not allowing nothing in my space that I don't want. I don't allow nothing in my space that doesn't contribute to my well-being and the lifestyle I want to have. Okay? If you want to build genuine confidence, a great key in doing that is, instead of setting a big, huge goal, set little goals to get you to the big goal. So you can write down the big goal, but write down little goals within the big goals, and check them off as you go. Check them off as you go. And then as you start checking off those little goals as you go, you'll be like, oh my God, like, I'm really that girl. I'm really doing it. I'm really getting to the bag. Yeah. I'm telling you, check off the little goals over. And then as soon as you check off all the little goals, next thing you know, you done hit the big goal. Start with small goals first and do them. As you obtain them, your confidence will get higher and higher and higher and higher. And it also will make the big goals not seem so scary. Okay? Sometimes when you have goals that are really scary, that's when that self-doubt and that self-sabotage will find a way to slip its way in, and you could get overwhelmed and you can get anxious. But again, remember, every feeling usually has a core feeling. And when it comes to anxiety, the core feeling of that is fear. Okay? That is the core feeling of that. Fear of not being able to obtain everything that you want to obtain. So when you take that big goal and you break it down and you check off those little goals as you go along, that confidence will start to build, and that fear will go away. Okay? Another way to build genuine confidence for yourself is to learn and grow. Expand your skill set, whether it's doing an ebook or taking a course or learning a new skill, whatever the case may be. Learn and grow. Always be in a space to develop yourself and grow, because again, that's just like I stated earlier, that's like setting a little goal and obtaining it. As soon as you obtain it, or you learn a new skill, or you finish that course, or you finish that book, you know what I'm saying, and you've learned something new, that makes you feel like a new being, because you know something that you never knew before. Look at you, little expert. Yeah. Another way to build genuine confidence is to practice assertiveness. That goes back to what I was saying about not surrounding yourself with negative things and things that are going against the person that you want to be. Surround yourself with places and people and things that you want to be, but practice assertiveness in that. Soon as you recognize something is not for you, say, hey, this is not for me. I'm going to back out. Whether it's a friendship, a relationship, something on your timeline, a job, take practical steps to assert yourself in the energy that you want to be in. If you know you are that girl, you can't be listening to people telling you that you're not. Just like how I stated with that past YouTuber that I really loved and I really was a fan of, the more I kept listening to her, the worse I started to feel about myself. I was taking actions to go against the woman that I wanted to be, and listening to her was a part of those actions. So I had to put it to a halt. I had to stand up for myself, be assertive in the boundaries that I have set for myself, be assertive in the goals that I wanted to achieve for myself, be assertive in the highest person that I wanted to be, and say, hey, enough is enough. I can't continue to keep listening to her. Just like how I said earlier, how people come in my comments, and just because I have a level of confidence that they don't feel like I should have, which is absolutely none of my business, you know, I don't sit there and read negative comments that they have to say about me. I block them immediately. I block them immediately because, baby cakes, there's nothing for us to talk about. There's nothing for me to say to you. What do I need to say to you? What do I have to say to you? What do I have to explain myself to you for? That's how you feel. That don't got nothing to do with me. And that's a part of practicing that assertiveness. Stop letting people project their feelings onto you. That don't got nothing to do with you. I don't even finish reading the comments, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, soon as I read a little bit of it and it sounds like you about to say something off the wall to me, or you about to say something crazy to me, or you going down a rabbit hole I don't want to go down, I will block you. Because entertaining you for what? Entertaining you for why? It's one thing to disagree, and sometimes I be blocking people who disagree because if you don't resonate with the things that I'm telling you, then why are you here? Why did you not just keep moving and take me off your timeline? Bye. You don't have to say nothing to me, and you definitely don't have to attack my looks. I don't even entertain it, y'all. And that's part of practicing assertiveness. Be strong in who you want to be, because you deserve it. And that is a very key point in going from being insecure to irresistible. Baby, I love people, but I don't play with people. Okay? The last step in going from being insecure to irresistible is cultivating your divine femininity. Y'all knew I was going to get to it, but you cannot do all of these other steps without implementing your divine femininity and cultivating your divine feminine energy in your life. How do we cultivate divine feminine energy in our life? The simplest thing you could do to cultivate divine feminine energy in your life is to do something that activates your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is what houses your creativity. It's what allows you to flow that artsy, holistic type girly that's in you, whether it's dancing, doing some artwork, or just anything that activates the creative side of your brain will help you usher in more divine feminine energy into your life. Another way you could cultivate divine feminine energy in your life is to be vulnerable. Some of y'all are holding on to that false independence bubble so bad, it got y'all balled up by the neck. It do. That being vulnerable sounds something so foreign to you. It sounds like somebody's attacking you. It sounds like, oh, I would never let nobody see me sweat. That's not what being vulnerable is. Being vulnerable is being relatable. And when you're relatable and you express how you feel about certain things, usually there's someone out there that feels the exact same way. And that is what helps you build deeper connections with the people that you allow into your life. Being that hard shell of a person who don't have no feelings, who's emotionless, you're doing the exact opposite of everything you need to be a divine feminine in your life, to bring that divine feminine energy into your life. And as a divine feminine, being vulnerable is your superpower. Divine masculine energy brings structure and order into your life, but he can't bring structure and order into your life if he doesn't know where you need the structure and order at specifically, because you're over here pretending like you don't care about nothing, pretending like you have no needs, pretending like, being vulnerable is a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? Be vulnerable, girl. That is your superpower. That's how you get exactly what you need from people. And that's also what puts you in a position to receive. You cannot cultivate your divine feminine energy without being in a space to receive compliments, receive gifts, receive help. Ask Ask for help if you need it. Receive help if you need it. Ask for help if you need it. Receive help if you need it. I cannot stress this to you guys enough, okay? That vulnerability, that very thing that you're trying to hide, the very thing that you're fighting against is the very thing you need to get ahead in life. It's the very thing you need to activate that divine feminine energy. Once you start being vulnerable and building deeper connections and being assertive in the person that you want to be, being assertive in the highest person, your higher self, being assertive in your highest self and how you want to show up, taking your daily affirmations seriously by associating them with the action, affirming yourself and talking to yourself positively, being grateful, finding different things to be grateful for, being open. The next thing you know, your body you won't have to worry about your body language so much because you'll automatically sit up straight. Your shoulders will automatically be back. You won't be looking down. You'll be smiling. You'll be receiving those compliments. The world will open itself up to you because you're that girl. You have went from being insecure and talking negatively about yourself to being irresistible, and everybody wants to be around you. And that's how you attract those high value relationships as well, both romantic as well as friendships. Because baby, you're not coming to play. You're walking like that girl, talking like that girl, because you are that girl. You know, and I know these steps, you know, you might be like, oh, these steps are good, but I need a little more. I may need some one-on-one help. That's what I'm here for. I do offer one-on-one calls. You can book a call on SheritaNicole.com. Or, you know, if you don't want to do a call, you're not really a talk on the phone type of person, I do have digital courses and also interactive workbooks that you can do at your own pace that will allow you to turn into the woman you want to be, that will help you transform your mindset and therefore transform your life from being an insecure woman to an irresistible woman. And then people will be, I'm telling you right now, people will be projecting their insecurities onto you. They're gonna do it, girl. They're gonna project their insecurities onto you. They're gonna be like, what, you think too much of yourself, you think too highly of yourself, and you're gonna be like, you're right. I do. Because I'm that girl, and it's going to keep getting higher and higher and higher. Okay? I love you guys. I hope this video helped y'all so much. As always, stay in your divine feminine light. I love y'all.